As soon as Ms. Johnson's tear-streaked face went viral, Shakira felt a sudden jolt of empathy. Something told her she had to reach out. Ms. Johnson caught a short break between second and third periods. She sat in the staff lounge, scrolling through her phone. She found a clip of Shakira passionately talking about the importance of teachers shaping future generations. Ms. Johnson had just lost her grandmother, her lifelong mentor. She felt a sudden flicker of comfort in Shakira's words. Without thinking twice, she typed a heartfelt comment. She thanked Shakira for recognizing teachers' hard work. Tears still threatened to spill over her cheeks. The bell rang. Ms. Johnson dashed down the hallway. She handed out worksheets in her next class. Her phone buzzed in her pocket repeatedly. She tried to ignore it and focus on talking about the week's quiz. As soon as she finished, she finally glanced at her phone. She nearly dropped the stack of papers. A personal reply from Shakira's official account awaited her. The message was short but genuine. It thanked her for her dedication and hinted at future support. Adrenaline and disbelief surged through her. A global superstar had noticed her pain. Ms. Johnson, still reeling from shock, practically sprinted to the faculty lounge. "Shakira actually replied to me," she gasped, her voice trembling with disbelief and excitement. Her colleagues burst into cheers and playful ribbing. "So are you Shakira's new BFF now?" But beneath the banter lay genuine warmth and admiration. Their smiles, claps on the back, and supportive eyes reignited a spark of hope within her. For a fleeting moment, the crushing weight of her grief eased under the shared joy of her breakthrough. Barely catching her breath, she was soon pulled aside by the principal. "We got word from Shakira's team," he announced with a grave seriousness that sent a shiver down her spine. Her heart pounded as he explained that Shakira's PR team had seen her heartfelt comment and wanted to organize a small morale-boosting event at the school. The thought of stepping into the spotlight terrified her, yet something inside, perhaps her grandmother's guiding spirit, pushed her forward. Swallowing her fear, she nodded and accepted the offer, determination kindling where despair once resided. Rumors about Shakira swept through the school like wildfire. "Shakira's coming," whispered from every corner, stoking both excitement and anxiety. Ms. Johnson felt her pulse quicken. The idea of being at the center of such intense attention filled her with a heady mix of thrill and trepidation. "They're all watching me. Can I really handle this?" she wondered, heart pounding in her chest. That night, she retreated to the solitude of her small apartment. The emptiness echoed with memories of her grandmother. Sipping chamomile tea, she stared at her computer screen, the silence broken only by the soft hum of her thoughts. Then, as if fate intervened, a direct message from Shakira appeared. In warm, earnest words, Shakira assured her, "You're not alone in this difficult time." The message struck a deep chord, flooding Ms. Johnson with a wave of relief and unexpected courage. Shakira continued, proposing an online event for the entire school community. Despite her weariness, a fire ignited within her. "I'm not alone. We can make something extraordinary happen," she thought, her heart swelling with a renewed sense of purpose and hope. The next morning, Ms. Johnson awoke to a barrage of messages. News of her connection with Shakira had spread swiftly. Teachers across the district congratulated her, former students expressed pride, and strangers shared their own stories of loss and resilience. Each message wove a tapestry of support, linking her personal grief to a broader community of understanding. As she entered the school, warm smiles and cups of coffee greeted her from colleagues, and shy students managed a heartfelt, "We heard Shakira is coming. Thank you, Ms. Johnson." This outpouring filled her with renewed purpose. Her sorrow remained, but it became a bridge connecting others who had experienced similar losses. During the day, the principal confirmed plans for a live online event next week. A planning committee of teachers with talents in music, arts, and technology quickly formed. By lunchtime, they had outlined a rough structure. Shakira would join a live stream to speak on resilience, followed by Ms. Johnson and colleagues discussing the impact of supportive communities on mental health and education. The energy was hopeful and collaborative, yet amid the preparations, Ms. Johnson hesitated. The prospect of stepping into the spotlight, still raw from grief, was intimidating. She worried that her sorrow might overshadow the event's message. Public attention was daunting, but she clung to Shakira's words. "You're not alone in this." Taking a deep breath, she resolved to turn her vulnerability into a source of strength for others. The day of the live stream dawned crisp and hopeful. The school buzzed with anticipation as students and teachers set up devices, projectors, and microphones. Ms. Johnson sat at her desk with her notes spread spread out, feeling a mix of determination and nervousness. Doubts whispered, what if she stumbled, or her grief overwhelmed her? Moments before the broadcast, the screen lit up with Shakira's warm smile from her studio. She greeted everyone, even mentioning Ms. Johnson by name, which eased her apprehension. Shakira began by honoring teachers' resilience and shared a personal story of loss that shaped her desire to uplift others. The classroom grew quiet, every student focused on the screen. Shakira's sincere words acted as an anchor amid uncertainty. When it was Ms. Johnson's turn to speak, the atmosphere was charged with gentle anticipation. Clearing her throat, she spoke of her grandmother's unwavering support, the pain of her loss, and her gratitude for the kindness she'd received. Tears welled, but she pressed on, buoyed by the empathy surrounding her. In that moment, Ms. Johnson sensed a transformation. The fear of the spotlight gave way to a determination to share her story and honor her grandmother's legacy. Surrounded by compassionate faces both on screen and in the classroom, she realized she was part of something larger, a collective path forward, built on shared grief, empathy, and resilience. Shakira was visibly moved by Ms. Johnson's raw, heartfelt words. She gently picked up her acoustic guitar, each strum deliberate and filled with emotion. She began to sing a poignant ballad, dedicating it to Ms. Johnson's grandmother. The melody was soft yet powerful, echoing through the virtual auditorium like a comforting embrace. Every chord resonated with shared grief and an undercurrent of hope, striking a deep chord with everyone watching. The virtual audience was transfixed. Tears glistened on cheeks, eyes grew moist, and there was a collective stillness in response to Shakira's performance. Ms. Johnson watched as her students, usually lively and restless, sat in quiet reflection, some silently wiping away tears. A message popped up in the chat, "We feel this with you," reinforcing the sense of unity that the song had fostered. As the final note trembled and faded into silence, the weight of the moment settled over the room. Shakira's calm, steady voice then broke the quiet. "Even when we feel alone, compassion binds us together," she said. Her words were gentle yet powerful, providing a lifeline to everyone present. The statement hung in the air, transforming the shared sorrow into a shared resilience. There was an almost tangible bond formed in that moment, a collective spirit of empathy and understanding that transcended screens and distance. The program ended with a thunderous outpouring of applause echoing through the digital space and resonating in the school hallways. Shakira's final message of encouragement was met with cheers and hopeful energy. As the screen dimmed, the impact of what had just occurred lingered in the hearts of those watching. Colleagues exchanged congratulatory messages. Students wiped away tears, yet smiled with newfound hope, and Ms. Johnson felt a warmth she hadn't experienced in a long time. After the broadcast, Ms. Johnson stepped out of the classroom to find students eagerly approaching her. They offered hugs, high fives, and whispered words of thanks. In each interaction, she felt the strong reassurance that she wasn't alone. The isolation that once weighed on her began to lift, replaced by a sense of belonging and support that radiated from the caring community around her. In the weeks that followed, small acts of kindness became a cornerstone of the school environment. Doors were held open, encouraging notes appeared on desks, and spontaneous gestures of support abounded. Ms. Johnson carried the memory of Shakira's song and those earnest words with her, a constant reminder of the bond of empathy formed that day. While she still missed her grandmother deeply, she drew strength from the unbreakable connections forged in shared compassion. Her personal grief had transformed into a beacon of resilience and hope, inspiring everyone who listened to her story and reminding them that no one is truly alone. Thank you for joining us on this heartfelt journey. Ms. Johnson's story is a powerful reminder that compassion and unity can transform grief into strength, creating a ripple effect of hope throughout a community. Her experience shows that when we come together and support each other, even the deepest sorrows can spark resilience and inspire positive change. If this story resonated with you, please give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more uplifting content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another inspiring story. Remember, you're never truly alone. Through our shared humanity, we can find strength and hope in even the darkest times. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.